Hey. Today, I'm Trisha Arietta. I am doing some fermented cucumbers today. And I just wanted to share this video. I posted about it a couple of days ago. And I had a lot of questions on it and as far as what the procedure was. So I am definitely not an expert at this, but it's so easy. And why I even was interested in doing the fermented thing is obviously for gut health. I definitely on that train. But I also was really scared about trying this because I wasn't really 100% sure what fermenting was about. And I felt like there was some kind of, you get salmonella or some whatever. But I did a lot of research on it, and it turns out that the reason why this is so easy is because you have a really high acidic saline solution in your jar when you're fermenting. So it doesn't require sterilization. You're using the acidic environment, and that environment reacts with like whatever vegetable that you're fermenting and creates lactic acid. And the lactic acid is what preserves the food. But what you get out of it is you get a probiotic. You get lactobacillus. And if you Google lactobacillus, it will tell you all these things that it does for your health and your immune system and all that stuff. But I personally, you could definitely take probiotic pills, but I was definitely looking for food-based probiotics and something I could eat every day. So I loved these last week, and I thought they tasted phenomenal, and I made them with pickling cucumbers, and I'm going to try them. I have some fermenting over there that are on like day 3. They're not quite sour enough, and so I'm going to try them today with like a regular cucumber, and then I'm also going to try it like later with I also have like one of these English cucumbers. So I just want to see what the taste difference is in it. So this is kind of the procedure and how you do it. So I have already, I boiled this water so I could put 2 tablespoons of salt, which is like regular sea salt, not iodized table salt, but you want some type of sea salt. Himalayan salt would be great. Any kind of mineral salt would be great. This is just baleen sea salt. It's not it's from the grocery store. It's not anything special. And then I let this cool down, and so then I wanted this video to be a little bit short, so I just cut the cucumbers up. And how I like to do them is like pickling cucumbers, that you'd use for what do you call it, for like hamburgers or whatever. So I just did it like that, and these are about 1/4 to 1/2 inch in thickness. And I feel like if they were too thin, they'd get soggy and gross, and if they're too thick, they would take longer to get sour. So all you do is you just load up your jar. This is a 32-ounce quart jar with your cucumbers, and I try to pack them in there a little bit tight because I want more food. And so that's what we're going to do here. So that's pretty close. All right, so I didn't know if I was going to need more. That's like perfect. So I have this, and then what I'm going to do is I'm also going to, you can put whatever seasonings you want with this. I'm going to use bay leaves and, just whatever pieces. And I read somewhere that this helps keep the cucumbers from getting soggy, which nobody wants that. So these are going to be crisp. They were crisp last time in my pickling cucumbers. I'm going to see what happens with regular cucumbers. And you know what? I did get the organic cucumbers because I didn't want any of the pesticide things on the skin of it. So I did do that, and I just rinsed them and let them dry, but I didn't put any kind of anything else on them because I want whatever bacteria is on here to get in here, because the bad bacteria is not going to grow in. So then you just pour over your solution over, this is like going to be a super quick video, over your cucumbers, and then you're going to top off with the rest of just regular distilled water. And so then you just pour that in. Okay, and the thing is, oh, you know what I did not get? All right, so the thing about this is you want the trick to this, how this whole thing works, is you want this to you want all your vegetables to be below the water line. That's the important kind of key. So I'm actually going to take out a couple of these cucumbers because I want it to be able to be all the way under the saline solution. So I'm going to fill that up a little bit more. And then what I did in that one is I used, and I didn't get that out, I used a sandwich bag and I poured a little bit of water inside here because I want this to weigh down just like a little bit more the cucumbers. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, so I want that to kind of push everything down. And then what I want to do, and put a little bit more water on there, is I'll show you on the other one. But then you're going to take your cheesecloth and cover it. And then I'm going to use a rubber band. I did it a couple different ways. And just let this thing breathe. And I'll tell you, whoopsie. So that's what you end up with, is like a little jar that looks like this. And then the last thing you definitely want to do is you want to have like masking tape. Because when you get these ferments going, you got to kind of keep track of where. So today is April 5th, right? And then I'm gonna write down also my end date, which is gonna be the 9th. So I want to do 5 to 4/9, and just so I can remind myself of where I'm at with this. And then you just can stick it on the jar, just like that, and then you just let it sit on the counter and wait for it to do its thing. And then you stick it in the refrigerator and eat it whenever you want to. So this preserve will last for about 2 months. If you do pickling, it'll definitely last longer, but you're not going to get all these benefits. So if you're going for that, definitely jump on that. All right, so I just want to show you before we end this video that this is, well, let me show you a comparison. So why I switched to the cheesecloth and the rubber band was because this is day 3. And so see how these have kind of turned? And I don't know if you can see, there's bubbles that are going on. Oh, you can see the bubbles right there. So that's what you want, is you want that to be happening. And you want the color, the water to become cloudy, which is okay. And these cucumbers are going to change in color also because they're reacting. So that's day 1. And this is day 3. So tomorrow, 4/7, I'm going to try these. You can try them. By the way, you can try these all the way along. It's not going to hurt anything. It's not like a closed environment. But what happened on the other ones is that it started reacting so much that the water started coming over. So I had to back the lid off. So I'm going to try the cheesecake this time, or not the cheesecake, the cheesecloth this time, and see how it does. So I just want to say, like, this is really fun to experiment with food, especially like all these traditional methods. I know my grandma, she pickled cucumbers when we were growing up, and she didn't ferment them, so this is kind of a different process. But anyways, I also want to mention that I started going over to Instagram and doing a lot of stuff on Instagram. So if you like this kind of content and talking about like traditional foods and essential oils, you definitely want to check out. I'll post a link on this video. So thanks for joining today, or thanks for watching the replay, and I hope you have a great Friday. And yeah, so thanks so much.